Honey tasting how-tos. You first look at the color of the honey. Perhaps hold it up to the light. Then you smell it. Is the honey floral? Is it grassy? Is it nutty? Maybe medicinal even. Then you taste it, and you taste for notes, really the same way you do a wine tasting. The flavor of the honey changes slowly over time, just like wine does. But in a step that's quite unlike wine tasting, you're also allowed to use a sense of touch. Take a little dab of the honey between your fingers. Feel for the texture of maybe like sugar. Is it grainy like sugar? You may even close your eyes to try to detect it. It's sometimes not looking at it, just closing your eyes and imagining. You'll be able to feel if it's grainy like sugar. So we want to look at the color, we want to look at the clarity, we want to look at the consistency of the honey. Before you taste it, take a sniff right from the jar. Then spoon out a dollop of honey, less than 1/8 of a teaspoon, and put it in your mouth. Allow it to dissolve right on the tip of your tongue, on the front of your tongue. As your taste buds respond to the dissolving honey, you might want to just smack your lips to sort out the full range of the flavors. The flavors are enhanced when the honey flows to the back sides of your mouth. Take time to observe the lingering taste, the lingering aftertaste. When you taste several honeys in a row, you're gonna need to change and cleanse your palate. Like we're gonna use the pretzels. You could also use a hot black tea or an unsalted cracker. People have even used popcorn. Give your mouth time to figure out the complexity of the honey. And then move on to another sample. Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Expand Your Palate Honey Tasting, hosted by the beekeepers at D-Town Farm. My name is Mama Abba, and I'm a beekeeper at D-Town Farm since about 2009.
I'm Baba Karanja, and I've been beekeeping at D-Town Farm since 2012. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. So today we're going to learn about and taste several varieties of honey, the star of which is, of course, the D-Town Farm honey. And if you'll just indulge me for just a few minutes, I really just want to talk a little bit about what brought about such a delicious honey at D-Town Farm. First, the farm itself. D-Town Farm is located in Rouge Park, 100-acre park, and we're located inside the park, inside of Rouge Park. The park is almost unspoiled regarding the wild flora that's there. So we have the perfect setting for our bees to just indulge in all kinds of wonderful pollen and nectar. The second most important part, of course, is the bees. These bees that we got this year are from Saskatoon, Canada. And the first thing that I remember about the bees is that they were so laid back and so chill. It was almost startling that they were just so quiet. The other thing about the bees is their health. They obviously were very healthy, very hardy, with a very organized queen, because we got such a huge and bountiful harvest. The third thing that really brings those two things together is the beekeeper. Under the leadership of our lead beekeeper, Baba Karanja, with his wisdom and his great skill at beekeeping and just the maintenance of the bees, that really put everything together. The flora, the location, the bees, it just all worked like magic. Keep your eyes out for on our Instagram page and on our Facebook page, or wherever it is that you keep up with D-Town Farm, for a location where you can buy D-Town honey soon. And we had a wonderful, bountiful harvest. It's actually the largest that we've ever had. It was close to 100 pounds, wasn't it, Baba Karanja? A little over 100 pounds of fabulous wildflower honey. Okay, so thank you for indulging me with that. And now with the rest of our varieties. So we've got 4 varieties of honey total. And the D-Town variety is the only one that is from multiple flora. The rest are called single varietal. We have a buckwheat honey, we have manuka honey, and we have an orange blossom honey. The only local honey is, of course, the D-Town honey. Now, for the honey tasting, we've got to start with what's in our bag. And as someone who registered for our workshop, our honey tasting workshop, you should have received a little bag, a little yellow bag like this, and it's got several things in it. It's got a Ziploc bag that's got 4, 5, 6 pretzels in it, and it also has 4 popsicle sticks. And I'll just take the popsicle sticks out. We're going to use the popsicle sticks to actually taste the honey. So I'm just going to put one next to each one of our honey samples. The other thing, of course, that's in the bag are the samples of honey. And they're labeled A through D in no particular, I didn't set it up by color or by the way it looks. We labeled them randomly A through D. The other thing that's in the bag is the actual game that we're going to play, trying to distinguish which honey is which. Is called Honey Matchup. One side is where you'll actually do the matching. The other side actually has the description of the honeys. The other thing that's in the bag is a napkin in case in case something spills. Also, we have a honey tasting how-tos. On this sheet, we've got language, because there is an actual language to honey tasting. It's a lot like wine tasting. So once we actually open up the individual honeys, we'll get into the actual language of each one. Okay, so at this point, we're going to actually begin our honey tasting. I'm going to ask Baba Karanja if he would work with me and actually open the actual honeys. We're going to start with honey A. So take the honey A, the container that's marked honey A, out of your bag, and get your popsicle stick, and I'm going to read the descriptions. So the first thing that you want to do when you're sampling honey is you want to take a look at it. What color is it? And this honey right here that we're sampling here, the first honey is kind of light in color, is very almost clear. Let's look at the viscosity. It looks like it's a little bit thick, but it looks it's a little thick, but yeah, that kind of describes it. It's kind of yellow, and it's it's a little bit thick, kind of viscous. All right, now Baba Karanja is going to give that one a taste.
Really?
Oh no, Yeah, taste. Well, first give it a little smell first. That's the other thing. The bouquet is important as well, and this is where the language comes in. It may smell. It may smell citrusy. It may smell floral. It may smell sweet. Some honeys actually taste. I mean, smell kind of medicinal or medicine-y, or even kind of earthy. What would you say that one kind of smells like, Baba Karanja?
Somewhat floral, I think.
Somewhat floral.
Mhm.
So honey A is a little bit floral. Now let's give it a little taste. Now when you taste honey, you want to put it right on the tip of your tongue and inhale a little bit through your nose and just let it go, bathe your taste buds. What would you say that one tastes like, Baba Karanja? There's a lot of different descriptions. Again, maybe butterscotch, maybe caramel, maybe a little grassy or even a little nutty, or even a little, let's see, what do we have here? Floral, yeah, floral. So we're looking for notes.
I think I have somewhat of a caramel note.
Somewhat of a caramel note?
Yeah, somewhat. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the feel?
Not too significant, but
Slightly
subtle.
subtle.
Mhm.
So we've got a floral scent, and we've got a slight caramel, or maybe butterscotch. Would you say
Could be.
caramel butterscotch taste? Okay, very good. And now, after you've tasted your honey, what you want to do is you want to have a pretzel to cleanse your palate, just to clear your tasting apparatus. So Baba Karanja will have a pretzel. Oh, and let me just say one word about the pretzels. We got gluten-free pretzels for anybody that has some sort of intolerance, and they're just coated with a little bit of sea salt, so you're good. So you're good with the pretzels. So that was honey A. So anytime you're ready, Baba Karanja, let's try honey B.
All right. Here we have B.
That one's kind of that color is kind of amber, would you say?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of amber,
Exactly.
light
Yep.
orange.
Yep.
Yep. And let's take a smell.
This is heavy floral.
Heavy floral.
You like the smell of this one?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, heavy floral. Maybe even very very heavy floral. Very sweet smelling.
Mhm.
It has a
Mhm.
sweet smell.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like marmalade.
Yeah,
Floral
could be.
or yeah.
Yeah, could be. Yep.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Marmalade. Viscosity. It's fairly thick.
It's fairly thick. Yes.
Thicker than A.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now shall I
Let's give it a taste.
taste?
Yes.
Okay.
Smooth, pretty smooth.
Yep. Smooth, no granulation. No granularity.
Very good. Yeah, because some honeys actually have they start to crystallize a little bit. And that does not mean that the honey is no good. Because honey is actually, it's antibacterial itself. So it won't actually go bad. Only if there's a little water introduced will your honey go a little sour. But honey can last many, many, many years, even decades. And even if it does crystallize, you can warm it. You can warm the honey in a little water, and it's fine to use. It does not spoil. Okay, so that's honey B, and we'll cleanse your palate again, and we'll go on to honey C. Now, honey C. That's a dark honey.
Mhm.
That is a kind of it's almost got a reddish tint to
Yeah.
it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very viscous, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Viscous.
Very smooth though. Or is it? Is it
Yeah, it is. It is smooth. No, I don't see any granules. In
no
it.
grain?
At least to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a strong, I think, somewhat a medicinal
Oh really?
scent to it.
That is kind of medicinal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Medicinal, spicy, or no, not spicy.
Well, that could be as well. Yeah.
Could be as well.
It has a somewhat a smell of rum.
That one would be a good one for coffee. The others were kind of more for a tea,
Yeah.
but that one could work in coffee as well.
Okay.
Okay, let's
All
give it a
right.
taste.
Let's see here. Yeah. Very strong.
Very strong flavor.
Mhm.
Okay. Now
Some-
check your descriptions and see which one when you taste it at home. Check it. Check your descriptions and see which description fits your tastes. Or even if you can detect something else in the honey, it's important for you to expand your palate and try it as well. Guess at the notes
Yeah.
as well.
The notes, the after notes, as well as it dissolves and goes down.
Yes.
It's the back of your mouth. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Very good.
Thank you for your help with this.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Oh, while Baba Karanj is having that, right while he's changing his palate, I want everyone to know that once you have matched all of the honey names to the description, take a picture of it and email it to me, because the person whose email I receive first that has the most correct will win a bottle of Ethiopian honey wine. So be sure to on your card, on your description card, my email is right below, and email it to me as soon as you get it, as soon as you're done. Okay, Baba Karanja, let's start with the last one.
Okay. Very good.
I was telling you that so you can be sure to have your phone ready to take a picture of your game card. Okay, Honey D. That's really creamy looking, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Very creamy.
Butterscotch
Mhm.
kind of an appearance.
Mm-hmm. Butterscotch appearance.
Let's see. Very, very viscous
Yes.
compared to all the others. Very viscous. You can see that it's hardly moving there.
Mm-hmm.
Very slowly.
Interesting
Smell
that the grain. Yes, the smell also.
It's a heavy floral too. Heavy floral. At least to my sense.
I definitely smell medicine there.
Okay, all right, very
Mhm.
good.
I definitely smell a
Okay.
medicine there.
All right.
It's not as sweet or fruity as the others by far.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It appears as though it's going to be rather grainy as well. Okay, compared to the
Mm-hmm.
others.
It does look like it may have
So let's see
some
what we got
grain.
here. Mm-hmm. Grainy.
Creamy, grainy,
It's grainy. It's a
grainy.
bit grainy. Somewhat not super grainy, but grainy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess somewhat medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned earlier. Pretty sweet. And that's all I can offer. at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful. Okay, now we've tasted all of our honeys. If you've had a chance to match the honeys with the descriptions, I want you to notice that the very top one is the example. So we have the example honey on this up at the very top. It's matched with description E on the back. And description E is just the sample. So that's how you'll match each one up. I hope that's clear. And get ready, and it's time to send me your answers. Thank you again for joining us for Expand Your Palette, and hopefully we'll get to do this in person next year. And thank you for your interest in honey at D-Town Farm. Oh, and be sure to watch out for where you can buy D-Town honey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom Baba. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Baba Karanja.